introduce you to Ace. Ace, let's get money. Cash flow.
Going on? It's your boy Indika Ace Cash Pile, the certified public accountant, and this is Cash Flow, episode 16. What up, Doe? I got my special guest, Daniel Washington, the chief marketing officer for Detroit Doe. Make sure you check him out. Eat Detroit Doe on Instagram. So make sure you go check my man out. He's at the big house. He's gonna be at the big house this fall during the football season, already in Imagine Theater. So next time you go to the movies, man, skip the popcorn, get the cookie dough. All right. We're gonna be talking with him about his journey in entrepreneurship and how he's focused and how he's getting that cash flow. He's gonna tell you his story, which is pretty amazing. So definitely check that out. All right, so we're gonna get right into the cash tip, which is, man, start saving your money, or if you're saving now, see if you can save more. And then what do you do when you stack that bread up, or how you setting your goals? A big thing is, if you don't have enough money to invest, maybe in real estate or maybe a new business, take that money and invest in yourself. You know, pay for school, or maybe go to a seminar, or even leave the town and go to a conference. But invest in yourself, and whatever your dream is or whatever you chasing, put some money into that. You know, if you trying to start, you know, maybe a food company, man, invest in some cookware, or invest in, you know, some, you know, getting ingredients and putting them together, or experimenting. If you want to do a service business, like you want to be a DJ, then go buy some turntables or check out some YouTube videos, learn and get the right equipment. Or if you want to do video, same thing. All right, so, you know, save up, invest in yourself, and that's the cash tip for this week.
Hey, welcome to Thinkers Co-working Spaces, located on Jefferson and Chalmers. Hey, give us a call at 313-728-5662 or 313-850-3703. We have all the space that you need. Weddings, baby showers, meetings, you name it, we got it. We aim to please, or look us up at thinkerscoworkingspaces.com or at thinkthinkers.com. Thinkers, baby.
All right, welcome back. All right, again, man, we here with Daniel Washington, Chief Marketing Officer for Detroit Doe. The dough is delicious. They got multiple flavors. Matter of fact, the first time I seen Daniel was at a pitch competition during the startup week for Detroit, and I seen my man walk away with 20 bands. So, man, you better listen to this guy, man. He knows what he's doing. All right, so Daniel, man, kind of talk about, you know, Detroit Doe, how the idea and the concept came up.
For sure. So, you know, Detroit Doe is Detroit's first safety cookie dough company. And the reason why I always say it is because, you know, as they say, competition breeds excellence. And it just so happened that after we announced it late last year, all of a sudden 3 or 4 people popped up. And now we fast forward in 2018, and there's about 7 companies trying to say they're the first in Michigan. You know, that's the way they say it now, the first in Michigan, the first cookie dough bar. You know, but Detroit Doe initially was going to be a cookie dough bar out of Northwest Goldberg, which is a neighborhood I was born and raised in. And initially we were thinking we were going to build a store. It was going to be a safe space for the neighborhood. It was going to be a place that offered free Wi-Fi, of course, like every coffee shop or, you know, entity now. But, you know, after just really assessing, we pivoted and we decided, you know, we didn't need to open a brick and mortar to be successful. You know, after doing a couple pop-ups, some very successful, some very not, you know, we decided it's time for us to kind of pivot our business and make something that we think will be unique. And that's when we kind of became a distributor of cookie dough. So we manufacture our own cookie dough and we distribute it ourselves. And right now we have some pretty impressive contracts. One being, you know, the University of Michigan. They're at the big house. Starting this fall, we'll be there. Our cookie dough cart, fully branded pink cookie dough cart that you can see from miles away. We were just at DCFC this season. And then we've been at Imagine for now 4 to 5 months. And,
wow.
You know, the beautiful thing about our Imagine partnership is they're in 4 states. A lot of people don't know that. So that's Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin, and here in Michigan. So right now we're in 4 locations. We plan to be in all 18 by the end of this year, early next year. And they're adding 2 more locations in Wisconsin as we speak. So, yeah. All
right, man. So business is going. And you said 4 months. So exactly when did you start the company? And talk about the story of how you guys came together.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the reality of it is this, man. We started in June in anticipation of a pitch competition.
June of 17.
Of 17.
Okay.
But we didn't have a product. I'm talking about no product. Like, we hadn't even test created. We didn't even know if we was going to be able to really sell this thing.
Okay.
But we knew a pitch competition. I found a pitch competition. You know, I used to work at the Detroit Regional Chamber, and the Michigan Women's Foundation puts on a pitch competition every year called Dolphin Tank. And it's like Shark Tank, but it's soccer. It's on a soccer side. And it's, you know, it's geared toward women entrepreneurs who are looking to start their business. And I pulled, my team included my sister and my partner and my brother at the time. And I said, you know, this is a great opportunity for us to get free money to be able to figure out if this business idea is worth our time. Yeah. And sure enough, like clockwork, we won second prize, $5,000, and then we won crop favorite, which was additional $1,000. Nice. And that's how we started our business. So we hadn't sold. So even though we got incorporated in June of 2017, we didn't even have a product to really show anybody until November, which was when the pitch competition
was. Now, during the pitch competition, you was pitching the dough.
Well, yeah, I was pitching. I was pitching like that was my business. And I guess that's something that I would tell any entrepreneur is, you know, if you have an idea and you believe in it, you have to be confident. And it's not that you're lying about it, but it's like you got to be able to sell it despite not having
pre-revenue. They call it pre-revenue.
Exactly. Sell an idea, sell the vision, sell the product. Because I'll be honest with you, for a lot of technology companies, you don't have the resources, the capital to be able to invest. No. But you have to be able to explain your vision in a way where people get it and say, wow, that's dope. I want to be a part of that. So, excuse me. Sorry about that. So, for me, it was about sell the vision, sell the product, make sure that it's something that people can like. I mean, yeah, we had versions of our product, but it was by no stretch of the imagination our final product. So, November rolls around. We win a pitch competition. We were able to take that $6,000, invest it into the company, which I suggest every entrepreneur to do. You reinvest your funds. Yes. Do not take money and think that it goes into your bank account when it's for the business. You're always supposed to reinvest. And then, you know, after we did that, we finally got a product, had a pop-up, sold over $7,000 worth of cookie dough in literally 12 hours, something like that. 9 to 12 hours, something crazy like that. And that's when we knew it was real. That's when it clicked for all of us. And we said, this is something we can do. This is real. So November we started selling, and, you know, it's been on and upwards ever since, honestly. I mean, we've had our dips and we've had our high points, but I mean, really what started it for us was we saw an issue in the marketplace. You know, Detroit is right now being deemed a foodie capital. It's being deemed, you know, a place of resurgence and happiness and, you know, finding opportunity. But one thing you'll see that's missing is creative desserts. We don't have, like in other cities like New York or, you know, Atlanta or Los Angeles, we don't have these places that are dedicated to these wonky desserts. So, like, you know, a cinnamon roll bar, or, you know, we have now edible cookie dough company. Yeah. We don't have that here in Detroit. We have these traditional pies and cookies, and that's great. But to be really the foodie capital, I think you need to also include the sweet tooth, because the brother got a sweet tooth. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's really what we were trying to solve. And, you know, moving forward, we actually found that there's a lot more that we're solving, and, you know, that's to come.
Awesome. We'll be right back with more from Mr. Washington.
The idea of starting a new business is exciting, but one will have to go through lots of obstacles before it turns into reality. Financial decisions made on the early stages of forming the business will dictate whether the venture will succeed or fail. But with Pettis, we'll help your business maximize in profits while minimizing your tax burden. We'll help you weigh the pros and cons of each financial decision you will take. We'll also form your business and set you up with free accounting software to help you keep track of your income and expenses. Don't risk making a mistake. Contact Pettis LLC, your full-service accounting firm in Detroit, for practical advice that will help you make the best decisions for your new business.
All right, we're back with Daniel from Detroit Doe, and, you know, your story is captivating. I think that you guys have a great product. I know that you guys are at Imagine. You're going to be in the big house this football season, which I think is amazing. Like, it's going to be Jordan Brand, it's going to be Detroit Doe, all in the same place, you know. Maybe Harbaugh get his act together and start winning some games. But at the end of the day, you know, what's important is that you making some big moves. What's your vision for this company over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the vision for Detroit Doe is to be in every entertainment venue across the nation. When you ask me 10 years, that's a 10-year plan. The 5-year plan is to be in the Midwest, you know, and be safely in the Midwest. So, you know, you're thinking about every Big Ten school. You're thinking about every, you know, any division that has about, and our metric kind of is, any school that has an incoming class that averages 10 to 15,000, we want to be at that university that has an athletic program, of course. We think that that's a good spot for our product because we know that our product resonates with millennials. That's another thing I would say. You got to know your market. You got to know your market. You got to know who your target is, but you got to know who end up being. I'm going to be honest with you. When we first started this, we thought it was going to be kids. We thought, it was going to be the 12 to 17-year-old. But it was a quick turnaround for us. So we started to realize it's actually 22 to 36-year-old white women that buy our product, that actually start the process for their family when they're walking past, say, I love cookie dough. We got to try it. Literally yanking their kids and saying, we got to try this. You eat all the cookie dough at home anyway. So I think that, knowing your target market, understanding who you're really trying to market to, it really brings a sense of clarity to your business strategy. So for us, it's at a college campus. Because why? There's plenty of 22 to 36-year-old Caucasian women that attend football games, sporting events. And that's really our target market, as well as the movie theater industry. I mean, you think about the movie theater industry, and this was to my point earlier about fixing a problem. When was the last time you saw a real new product in a movie theater? You haven't seen it in 25 years. And the reason why is because there hasn't been a need to, and I get that, but we're now forcing a need. When you think about it, and imagine we're accounting for 20% of their candy sales right now in each location. That's huge. I mean, it might not sound like a lot for the average person, but when you think about an industry that has been serving you popcorn and kind of candy and slushies for dang near 50 years, that's a big deal to now be an emerging product that's taking account of 20% of sales safely in an industry like candy. So I think that's another market that we really have, figured out, and we just want to expand in and see, what outside of Imagine, if there's anything, can we do to really infiltrate the movie industry and show people that there might be, licensing rights with these, big movies coming out. You think about Lilo and Stitch, you think about, Toy Story 4 that potentially be coming out. I mean, these are movies and titles that I could see easily working with the Detroit Doe, So.
Awesome, man. And it's good that you got a plan, you got a vision, your market, and so all those things are important. You talked about how you had to pivot, like in today's industry where people are so concerned about health. Veganism is growing at an exponential rate. Like now you the cookie dough guy. Like what's your combat, or what's your outlook as far as, well, you know what, this is our business and we still feel good about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real challenge, man. I'm not going to sit here in front to you and tell you that I'm sitting at the seat not thinking about that every day. Like, how do we become, gluten-free? How do we become, a vegan product? But I do think that still and yet, and I've talked to people about this, and I've done research. I mean, vegan products still turn off non-vegan people. It's still not something that, a person, like, I know for me, like, eating non-sweetener stuff, it just don't appease me. Like, I get it. It's a lot of sugar. But I'm going to take that risk, or I'm going to at least indulge in it in that moment. I think our product is like that. It's a delicacy. I mean, I'm not here to tell you that you need cookie dough. You don't. But you don't need ice cream either. But millions of Americans still eat ice cream.
Yes.
Millions of people still eat ice cream. You don't need a hot dog with a bunch of ketchup and mayo on it. But millions of Americans still do. That's still the highest, people don't know this, hot dogs are still the highest grossing item in the state.
I did not know that.
Yes. I mean, they sell literally billions a year. So for me, it's like, yeah, I get that. That's a real fear. And eventually we probably will pivot again, keyword pivot, as a business and say, time to make our product vegan. But for right now, we definitely think that there's enough room in this market to really provide our product as is and let people enjoy it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a break and be back with more with the cookie dough, man.
Wazoo Mobile Technologies, connecting businesses and customers at a fraction of the price. Wherever you may go, quickly and easily find and compare deals and businesses with Wazoo. Now with over 20,000 downloads. Set preferences and see the best deals, or see all the new hair and fashion styles on Style Swiper. Browse for new hair and fashion styles, get directions to nearby salons who offer unique styles. Wazoo and Style Swiper from Wazoo Mobile Technologies. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, welcome back. I hope you still got a sweet tooth, because we're still talking with Daniel. Man, he's giving us a lot of great information. Man, his story is is captivating. What kind of advice would you have for people, entrepreneurs, not necessarily in the food business, but just in general?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my number one piece of advice I would give is invest early and a lot into your brand.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people, when it comes to entrepreneurship, they think that they can put something out there and change it later when I get more money, or put something out there and change it later when they really got their vision. Spend enough time to really curate the brand and the presence that you want, because trust and believe, that is essentially the face of your business. Yes. That is essentially the beginning of somebody being able to say, I like or I dislike X, Y, and Z. So I say that. The third is to really know your margins. You know, a lot of people don't understand margins. You know, you ask them, how much does it cost to produce your product? Just in case you're making something. And I'm not just talking about baked goods. I'm talking about literally. Yeah. If you're you do woodworking, or you do, you know, you're automotive guy. Like, how much does it cost you to get parts? Is that baked into your cost? Do you know your real cost? Do you really know what you're dealing with? Because if you don't know your margins, you'll be working to the end to find out you got nothing in your bank account. Right. Just being real. And then the third tip that I would say really is align yourself with the right people. You know, it's very important as an entrepreneur that you typically have somebody beside yourself. Being a one-woman or man show, not only is it lonely and daunting, but it truly means that if you ever out, your company is out. Right. That's an issue. You know, life happens. You know, the reality of it is you got weddings, kids, sicknesses every year, death in your family. So the idea that you just want to do it all on your own, you know, don't get me wrong. Like, I have Mighty Mouse syndrome as well at times. But at a certain point, you have to understand that you have to really be interested in the idea of building a strong team around you. Yes. And I think, you know, that segues to our next point, you know, is, you know, having that foundation that says, hey, I can look to my right, I can look to my left, and know that somebody's there putting in the midnight hour with me too, you know. Yes.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. We really appreciate you. Again, man, check my man out. Eat Detroit Doe on Instagram. Is that the website as well?
Yep, eatdetroitdoe.com.
All right, and he's going to be at the Big House, Imagine Theaters. So while you checking out the next Avengers or the next Hulk movie, make sure you grab some cookie dough. I'm going to get straight into the next segment, which is Secure the Bag, and it kind of is feeding off his last point, which is building your team. You know, I have my business partner, Marshawn. I work with Wolverine on the show, and like having being able to leverage your time is big. And you know, Dan has already kind of talked about that, and so, you know, you don't have to do this alone. And even if you are 100% owner in your business, you need peers and mentors that are you can go to for advice. You know, you can feedback, get ideas, you know, feedback on ideas. I just think that, like you said, when you are on that road alone, it's something, and you hit a bump, guess what? That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you come down with a sickness, like, you got to think about it, you know, and one of my favorite books of all time is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, is you aren't a business owner until you can leave your business for a year, come back, and it's better than it was when you left. So being self-employed, ain't nothing wrong with that, but we got to have a vision, and we got to understand that it's a system that needs to be built in order for us to have real, true success. So build that team, secure that bag, all right? And we'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Baby Backs, located on 7 Mile in Livernois. Specialize in high quality ribs, soul food, and assorted desserts. Come on now, you already know. Ribs so good, you'll sweating magic.
All right, welcome back. All right, man, we about to close this thing out with the celebrity or sellout. We're talking about LeVar Ball this week. The NBA season is right around the corner. You know, Lonzo Ball has been in the news. His brother's been in the news. They've been playing in Lithuania somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, LeVar, and now with LeBron going to LA, people are talking about the possible controversy that could be going on. But I think that behind the scenes, I think LeVar Ball really know his place as far as a father. And I think he going to just let his son play. I think that I'm excited to watch the Lakers with Ball as well as LeBron. And I think that LeVar Ball is going to find his place and continue to, expand on Big Baller brand. We was discussing behind the scenes kind of a black man taking that leap and trying to do his own thing. And so many people combated him. So many people came at him like, why not just go with Nike? Why not just go with Adidas? But he had a vision, and Dan was talking about how executing that vision was so big.
Yeah. I think it's so critical. I think first and foremost, you got to understand that LeVar had an idea for his legacy.
Yes.
And a lot of people grilled him for that because why? This is his kids' opportunity to do what they want to do or what they feel they're led to do. And I do agree with that to a certain extent. But I think what African Americans have to do is take a step back and say, wow, legacy building is important. What can we get from that? And that's to me, the one thing, if you're going to take away anything, take away that LeVar Ball had a vision for his family to say, we're going to build on this legacy of basketball. It's not just going to be basketball. We're going to get into media. We're going to get into personalities. We're going to get into shoes. We're going to get into merchandising. That's impressive. And if we as blacks can't support that, we further behind than we really think that we are. And that's really what I'm saying here is I think LeVar Ball has shown us in all of these antics that he's about legacy building for the Ball family. And that's important. And I think that every black man especially can take heed to that and really figure out, was it for your family? It might not be some of the stuff he's done because for some it is. It's almost like, dang, is this man out here really cooning out here? Like, what's really up? But at the same time, if you can kind of weed and take away the distractions and see it for what it is something that's honorable in a way. And it's something that we should all emulate in ways that we can. So, all
right, man. So, celebrity is sellout. Let us know down in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We had a great episode this week. I'm about to wrap up. So before we go, the main focus, man, is number one, man, you can grab ideas from anywhere and start a business and put a team together. And, like Dan did, man, just do a pitch competition. He got $6,000 to start his business, and that's what he got to start the business. So sometimes it's not about having your own money to invest. Sometimes it's about being able to execute and explain your idea. Another thing is once you get into the grind, man, you gotta pivot sometimes. Sometimes you gotta change, things happen, and sometimes you gotta change your direction. And that's perfectly fine as long as, you make it clear to your team and you believe in your company and you believe in what you're doing. Anything that you want to, leave for the people, let them know where they can, find you at?
For sure. Just believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, the belief in success starts with you, not somebody else. You can't let somebody else wish and believe in success for you and think that it's going to come true. So that was what I would leave people with. And, of course, follow us on social media, Eat Detroit Doe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our website, eatdetroitdoe.com. We got 5 delicious flavors of safety cookie dough. And we're just happy to provide to the city of Detroit. And if you don't know, last thing I'll say is, 5% of all our proceeds go back to the neighborhood, Northwest Awesome. So, it's not just about making money and, having fun and all that stuff. It's truly about impacting the lives of those who you care about and, more importantly, who supported you. So my neighborhood, my community, that's something that's near and dear to my heart that we've made a commitment to called the Northwest Go Promise. And we've done everything from start a garden there to now we're looking at renovating the house to make it a community center. These are just some of the small projects. So just know that the dough that makes a difference, Northwest Go Promise, is something that's truly real. And by supporting us, you're supporting the neighborhood of Detroit. So thank you, though. It's been a pleasure.
Man, thank you, Dan, for coming through. You know what I'm saying? So next time you at Imagine Theater, pick it up when you go to the big house to watch the game. Make sure you check and find my man. He got a bus wrapped in Ann Arbor. They got the Mercedes wrapped. Man, he showed me the picture. Check him out on social media, doing big things in the city. And man, go and get that cash flow. And I'll holler at y'all next week.
I introduce you to Ace. Ace, let's get money. Cash flow.